you take a freaking avocado.
Why is it frickin'?
Freaking avocado. Okay, and then you go like this, and then it turns into that, and then you add stuff. It's great. Follow me. Let's start with my costumes. I'm very into fashion, telling by my printed socks and Tom's combo. I'm very determined to have couture fashion that you could see on a runway be placed on the ice. Bam.
This is actually getting closer.
I think I need a little more.
Yeah, more red. She has this energy that is rare. And I think she has found channels for expressing it in some really exceptional ways.
She's a dynamite attraction.
When we first met Millie, she was a very sort of precocious, lively, she had her own way, she had her own spirit. All of that uniqueness and the liveliness and the vivaciousness and the creativity and her athleticism. I was moved to tears. Like, I just couldn't believe like how she had just, boom, blossomed.
So that's right before we're about to engage in, like, if we're having an argument and no one wants to let down. The dynamic between us from day one has always been a little bit of a power struggle. Of course, I'm always right. It's certainly a one-woman show. And she thinks she's always right. And so that's why we have to have this humorous banter. Without that, we would be screaming at each other all the time. You know, my dad was totally into sports, was in the sporting industry professionally, was very athletic. We were just kind of a sports-oriented family growing up, me with the horses and my brother with hockey and football. And when Millie put skates on at the age of 7 and didn't want to take them off, it was obvious day one that she was in love with the sport and in love with skating. And then her uncle Glennie got her into cycling.
Perfect exercise to balance her skating. Because one thing about Millie is she is a winner.
The winner. She's got tiger blood. Tiger blood in her veins. I will never be done. I will never be passionate enough. I will never be determined enough, because you can always be more of that. Millie for president. Bam. Up until the age of 8, I had a pacifier. I know, late bloomer. I'm walking down the hall in our apartment with the pacifier in my mouth. And my mom says to me, Millie, I thought that we were giving up the pacifier. And I stand there, look at her straight in the eyes with the pacifier in my mouth and go, Took a few more years to get that. I don't use it now.
When she was a baby, I had her horoscope read. Woman who was doing the reading, she said, I've done 5 or 6 other readings, and all 5 of the other people are professional comedians. That doesn't mean that Millie will be a professional comedian, but it's interesting that whatever her astrological map showed was in line with all of these comedians. So I thought that was interesting.
Her drawing skills have really improved. I could see her doing some design work in the future, but I could also see her doing so many other things. So it's just what she feels most connected to.
From the Skating Club of New York, please welcome Millie Wasserman.
I feel lucky, and I think she's lucky that she's found her passion or passions at a really young age. For now, it keeps her out of trouble, somewhat. I think it could easily become her career someday, so we'll see.
Millie is not the shrinking violet that you might think she could be in her mother's shadow. Instead, she's rising to the occasion and becoming a wonderful young lady.
I think that I owe my mom a thank you because she inspires me to think outside of the box.
I'm really proud of Millie for so many of her accomplishments, most importantly and most significantly, her ability to manage her life with a real disability. Millie had epilepsy and seizures and suffered severely from ages 5, 6, 7, was hospitalized for extended periods, and really took a team to have her life feel as normal as possible. So for her to now manage her school day the way she does, she manages her skating, she's competing, she qualified for nationals, she really has it a lot harder than the average kid. She just doesn't let it get in her way.
In 2016, a coach had an idea for me to switch to solo dance. This is my calling. This is who I am. I'm a solo dancer now. I'm not one of those kids who wants to vault themselves up into the air, say, "Take me, Jesus," and then see what happens. No. I'm ambitious, and I'm competitive, and I want to succeed in dance. Forget about the podium. It's about getting off the ice and saying, I did the best I could. That's what it's about. That's it. I wouldn't be as successful as I am right now without my coaches. Tara Stam, who is teaching me not only about skating, but about energy and how to stay calm. And that is not only transferring in my skating, but it's transferring into my daily life.
She's just a gem to work with. She's a ball. I like working with her. 1, 2, 3,
I met Tara for the first time. We had our first lesson. It was an instant connection. Like I've known her my whole entire life. Then we have Marnie Halassa. Marnie teaches people to love not only the sport, but themselves. We have Stephanie Plantamura, who has totally transformed my skating and makes skating so much more fun. I am so lucky to be involved in the junior ensemble. It's amazing to be in a company setting at such a young age.
I've worked with Millie on Reveries, and I've noticed she is very passionate in comparison to the other girls sometimes, and she put a lot of heart on what she does.
Eliza, I don't know how she does it. We're gonna do this, and this is how it's gonna work out. And we did it, and we were all surprised of how quickly it came together. The girls in the junior ensemble, I've never met such a hard-working group of young women. It matters so much to us. I'm so thankful.
Wherever she needs it, she knows I'm there 150%. And I think that's really what is the bond and is the basis of our friendship.
There's a lot of love there between the two of them. That Betty and Millie goof around and that they share like a sense of humor is no surprise to me. And the more laughter, the better.
How did my mom and I become best friends? I think it's her being a single mom by choice that I look up to. I act like a 5-year-old, so it's fitting. Oh, wow. Oh, lovely.
The aroma of fresh balls. Fresh, sweaty balls. Millie's favorite.
The main thing I've learned from Millie, how to maintain my sense of humor. how to see the humor in situations.
I think I should change my color.
There's lots of things that I learned from Millie. Her understanding of life and relationships is well beyond her years.
She really brings to figure skating, and that it shows just who she is just her amount of passion. It's infectious. It makes her such a bright light on the ice, and I love that about her.
Millie is a special girl. That's probably why we're all here tonight, in support of her 16th birthday.
Happy birthday, Millie. Love you.
Millie, I wish you the best for your sweet 16. I have no doubt you are going to just grow and thrive and be just incredibly awesome and amazing no matter what you do. I'm so happy to be here for you for your 16th birthday.
Ba-bam! My life now, I guess. Dog mom of 2.